Your energy this week is all about self-care. It is the Queen of Swords. This energy is a very patient energy and a very loving energy, but it is an energy that says, you know what, I'm taking care of me first. Hello, Cancer. This is Dama Sonoran Mystic Tarot. This is your weekly financial investment guidance. This is for the week of July 14th through the 20th. Let's see what Spirit and the Universe have in store for you in reference to your finances and helping you keep your money. On the bottom of the deck, we have the overall energy of the reading, and that energy for your environment, again, it's a reading environment, is a Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is saying it's going to be a balanced week. You're not going to have a lot of highs and not a lot of lows around you. It won't be a lot of emotions, won't be a lot of chaos. It's going to be a chill week for you around your, and just as the environment around you is going to be chill. Therefore, it's going to make for a more pleasant environment for you to do whatever is happening in your world. Your energy this week is all about self-care. It is the Queen of Swords. This energy is a very patient energy and a very loving energy, but it is an energy that says, you know what, I'm taking care of me first. So this week is a me first situation where you need to make sure that you are taking care of you. So look at your budget, look at your investments, look at your future, look at where you want to be, how you want to get there, and are you doing what it takes to do that? Do the things line up? You know, this is a time where you look at your overall portfolio. So you not only look at your stocks and bonds, you look at your 401ks, your 503bs, you look at your Roths, you look at the portfolio of active products such as life insurance, as estate planning documents, all the things that ensure that there is a continuation of ownership of assets. Therefore, it's not thrown into chaos. This is definitely a week again to pay attention to this. This is an estate planning week. This is a week of paying attention to your finances. And again, there's no other decisions. Nothing else really should be pressing this week for you, because it should be about you understanding how things are lining up. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, this is a week to be filing your taxes. If you haven't been doing other things that you need to get accomplished in reference to finances or investments, this is the time to do it. I would check and update if necessary your POD statuses, your pay on death statuses. You know, who gets the accounts when you pass. So not only just your wills, check on your wills, check on your trusts, see if you need to put stuff in trust because now your assets have grown. But this is all about protecting your assets and preparing for moving on. This is a Seven of Swords. Again, so the Seven of Swords is saying you put it off for a while. You have really, again, this is something you procrastinated on. So this is the opportunity. And the universe is telling you this because you need to understand that your family doesn't need to have all this dumped on them. It needs to be put into a way that they can pick up and run with it if they need to. Lord knows we don't want that to happen. We don't want it to be needed, but when it does, and we all do eventually have that situation, we need to make sure our family's left in a good place. And this is an interesting card because once you do this, you're going to feel liberated. You're going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel glad that you did because you're thinking, you know, I didn't want my family to be stuck with this kind of decision-making process. So this is going to be a week of looking at your portfolio, looking at your financial status, looking at your budget, looking at your estate documents, also your powers of attorney, your power of attorney for healthcare, your power of attorney for your finances. You also want to look at your bank POD statuses and make sure that all of those are updated and whoever is supposed to receive them is receiving them. You may be surprised. Some people are out there going to find that they haven't updated them and there's going to people they didn't want them to go to. So let's make sure we update those. Let's make sure we're doing something about that. All right. This is part of your path. Again, this is you getting prepared, you being prepared, so you're not going to leave something or shock your family when something happens. Should something happen, and Eight of Cups is saying this will take a little while because again, it's not a straightforward process. You have to check each of the different agencies. You got to check and see where they are. They may have to order documents to see where the statuses are, or you just may want to fill out new forms just to make sure that they're fresh and new. Therefore, they're freshly dated, and there's no question about whether you wanted and needed them done. Then there's a Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is saying, it's work, but it's worth it. And then we have the Pentacles, King of Pentacles. It says once you do this, the good part is your wishes will be followed. And so again, you're going to feel very relieved when it's done, and knowing that your wishes will be followed should something happen, or when something happens, because eventually we're all going to go that way. You know what I'm saying. the negative card is here. So it's just like, oh, I'm not sure I want to go there because, it's talking about death and dying and potential that. Well, you better talk about it now because, again, you don't want to stick your family with a situation where they have to deal with the mess that you left sitting out there. So deal with it now. And again, even if you don't feel comfortable talking about the topic, you need to, okay? Because you've done, and I love this too because this is the queen. She's like, take your time at doing it. It's not, you don't have to have it all done in a day, but get it done and you'll be glad. Again, that's the victory card. You'll be glad you do it and you'll get it done. You'll get it done by the week's end. So let's make sure we spend this week looking and reviewing our budget, our finances, our pay on death statuses, our wills, our trusts, our estate documents, our powers of attorney for healthcare, as well as for our finances. Even look for the do not resuscitate, DNR, do not resuscitate. Look and see if you've done a DNR. Have you already created one that says, if I'm in a situation, I don't want extraordinary means. I mean, those things are all this. This is all part of the estate planning. So spend a little time thinking about yourself and thinking about your family and what you will be doing for your family to help take this off of their pressure. Off their plate and take the pressure off of them. So when something happens, they're not stuck with us. That's not the time. They're not in the best. They're not going to be in their best at that time for sure. So they don't need additional stress. And you, this way you get to make sure that your wishes are followed. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing week. Let me know if this resonates with you. If you need help in this situation, let me know. I can always refer you to, I can try to find you referrals to attorneys or whatever. If you need that, remember I was once an attorney. So the different bar associations are great resources, and you can go to each state bar association, and each city has a bar association as well. And most counties have a bar association. If you can't find the city, then you can find a county, and they have resources for you there. So you can find somebody, believe me, no matter where you are. But with that said, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing week. Love, light, and blessings from me and my family here at Sonora Mystic Tarot to you and to yours. Until I see you next week. Bye-bye.